We are beyond the future. We are beyond the norm. We are beyond the eye.
You might need a telescope. Doesn't matter whether your talents are from far or close by. We are beyond the eyes.
Welcome to Long on Story. To be long on story means to take a position that the underlying asset that you are long on is going to have an upward trajectory in value. What that means is I believe that Africa's undermined resource, stories, can only have an upward trajectory. We should bet on it. We should get behind it. And I'm not alone in this. 2014, my business partner and I decided to start this business, betting big on intellectual property. If we had taken $1,000 at that time, say 14,000 Rand, and put it in Netflix, global stories, we would have reaped back $179,000 in today's money. That is 179% multiple. That is an impressive return for global stories. What does that look like for the unmined stories of Africa? But we're not alone on this. To know how far back people have been long on stories on this continent, you have to go back to 1913. I.W. Schlesinger. He had a big bet on Africa's stories. 1913, King George V was king in England. Louis Botha was the first Prime Minister of the Union of South Africa. They enacted the Natives Land Act in South Africa. We still struggle with that today. And in that same 1913, Schlesinger bet big on Hollywood in the Veld. That's actually the name of the book that tells the story, written by Ted Botha, and I'm going to read a small excerpt from this book. It reads, "On the other side was a man flush with cash and well known for taste for investing in businesses that were struggling and cheap. Despite knowing nothing about them, besides being able to sell hot potatoes in hell, he was always on the qui vive, as a friend put it, sniffing around for a new venture, and his ability to step in and turn around a failing business had earned him the reputation for being kind of a Mr. Fix-It with a Midas touch. It was I.W. Schlesinger. As much as he told people he wasn't a gambler, Schlesinger clearly loved a risk, especially if he was the only person betting. He had complete control over the odds. His mining magnate friend, Solly Joe, who had a passion for racehorses, once invited him to the Turffontein track. You would know that one. I.W. declined, but added, "I will go with you only when I own the racetrack, the jockeys, and the horses." What I.W. believed in is in monopolizing anything he got into. And he went ahead and did that on this continent. He built a serious studio. Today, if you go south towards Johannesburg in their northern suburbs, there's a golf course called Killarney Golf Course. Where that golf course sits, once sat the studios in Johannesburg owned by I.W. Schlesinger. That is amazing to note. I was shocked to find that truth out. And from there, he built an industry that rivaled even Hollywood. Impressive. So Schlesinger was long on story all the way back in 1913. We are long on story in 2026. I don't think it's as risky a bet as it was back then. And here's another reason why. Along in 2009, before we started this company, I had worked in a movie store for a long time, and I saw how well movies used to do and how our market was really catching on. But what was interesting to me was a specific type of movie, the Tyler Perry stories. I didn't quite get it, but I quite enjoyed his movies. And Tyler Perry went on to build what we call today the Tyler Perry Studios. He built it on the back of Lionsgate as partners. Now, Lionsgate in 2009 wrote in their shareholder briefing by their chairman back then that Tyler Perry, along with Mad Men the series and Weeds was their most prized asset, that Tyler Perry was returning for them tenfold. Tyler Perry was a great bet. They were long on Tyler Perry stories. And, well, today we see Paramount make a similar type of bet, or at least they made it not so long ago, on Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan has brought us Yellowstone and all the stories that come after that. And because of that, he's built with him the quadruple six ranch and the studios that are the Taylor Sheridan studios, of which he is launching all the multiple TV and movie series that he brings out. Recently, I think one called The Madison and the Dutton Ranch. This is impressive. What both Tyler Perry and Taylor Sheridan and I.W. Schlesinger had come to realize is it's not just about telling the story. It's about building a vertically integrated asset pool. What that means is it's not that I'm just going to tell the story. I'm going to find a way to include the talent. I'm going to find a way to own the cows. In Taylor Sheridan's case, own the horses. In Tyler Perry's case, build out the sets, buy the houses and the cars, make sure you've got great relationship with the actors and the crew, and ensure that the city of Atlanta, in Tyler Perry's case, wins when you win. In our case, we believe real estate needs to dovetail itself to the intellectual property. If Africa can vertically integrate from the studio all the way to the screen, we can win. That's why I'm long on story.